Ron Burgundy. Here's what's going on in your world tonight.
Will Ferrell's Ron Burgundy is not the first to parody the local TV news teams of the 1970s and 80s.
Dan, there's an old saying. Behind every successful man, there's a woman. A loving, giving, caring woman. But you wouldn't know about that, Dan, because there's no old saying about what's behind a miserable failure.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Good evening, I'm Mort Crim with Jessica Savage.
Mort Crim is the former anchor who is said to be the inspiration for Ron Burgundy. So Mort, how do you feel being the inspiration for this big film?
I don't know if inspiration is really the proper word. People have asked me if I'm offended by the fact that the Burgundy character supposedly was based on me, and I said not in the least. I love parody. I love Stephen Colbert. I like Jon Stewart. I always enjoyed Ted Baxter on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and so the idea of being portrayed as a pompous airhead who's infatuated with his own looks and hair, that doesn't bother me in the least, so long as I know it's a comedy and not a documentary. But I still think most of the people who sit at the anchor desks around the country and do this job are pretty serious people.
Definitely, Mort, but it's not just the happy talk, it's the promotion. It's more almost the promotion more than the actuality. I remember filming all these commercials with my eyewitness news team.
Amigos, por favor, silencio. My good friend, I'd like you to meet my good friend. Melba, Roger, Tex, Frank, Bill, and Jim.
And we did have an era of the blow-dried look, didn't we, Mort?
Well, we did. I'm just sorry that I don't have enough hair to blow dry it.
So have you seen the film? Will you be at the premiere?
We'll be in New York for that, and I expect to meet him at that time. And he has said in a couple of interviews that he plans to plant a big kiss right on my lips.
Along with Santa's visits, families can enjoy wagon rides, caroling, and s'mores in downtown Mandan. And maybe they'll get a Jack Toto, who knows?
So how real is Ron Burgundy's buffoonish take on local news teams like me, television's Iron Man, the host of And the Crowd Roars on the Fox Sports 1 network? The one and only Regis Philbin's done his time in local news. It's so nice to have you on board. San Diego, just like Ron Burgundy.
I'm so familiar with the Ron Burgundy thing, and shooting it in San Diego, I got such a tremendous kick out of it. Of course there were no women doing the news in those days, and there should have been. There was the sports guy and the weather guy, all the men who were calling the shots. And so it was very, very fun.
What about the relationship between the team? The daddy figure, the rebel, the mustachioed one.
The sports guy didn't like the weather guy, who was very slick, had a mustache like you, Geraldo. You're not the only one with the mustache.
I was just like the guy with the mustache in the movie.
Yeah, right.
And I was the first Puerto Rican. There was one of everybody.
Yeah,
It was the Jew and the tall one and the black one and the short one and there was one of everybody, and that's the way we blended the local news in those shows.
Sure, of course.
We had a lot of competition with the other team, the NBC team and the CBS team, and we were the eyewitness news team, and they still are, and I still see it today.
Sure.
And I watch it, and the funny thing about the movie is there's so much that I can relate to.
Well, look, come on, we've been there. Some of them, a lot of them are characters. Some of them get carried away with the fact that they are running the local news in this city. I can appreciate that. I guess it goes to your head. It is a big job. So, but I got a big kick out of that. I thought they handled it pretty well. But of course it is, the extreme of what we know. Caricature, yeah. But I loved the movie, and I can't wait to see the next one.
I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego.